All right, what is up, everybody? Howi Spangler here, episode number 104. 104. Tales from the Green Room. Um, it's been too long. It's been way too long. I've neglected you guys uh, for like a month. I haven't more than a month actually. I haven't done anything on YouTube, and so I figured I need to do a podcast, and this is it right here. And see, now we're getting all these messages. I don't need messages. How do I gotta, oh geez. What is the, I need to get rid of these notifications. Okay, maybe, all right. I do know how to work my stuff, I promise. All right, so I'll try to answer some chat stuff while I'm doing this. I don't want to like interrupt the podcast too much, but I will, and maybe I'll do some question and answer stuff at the end. But yeah, cool. So just got back from the Iration tour. Iration, Iatera, and the Reese brothers, and had a great time. It was a lot of fun. I was very stoked on the reception. Like, we had a lot of people. We had a lot of people that hadn't seen the band before, and were saying they loved the show, and the people that said they had heard of us but never actually saw us play. So that definitely helped. That's why bands do support stuff. They go open for bigger bands to really get in front of a new audience that maybe hadn't checked them out before, or anything like that. So I'm glad that it turned out the way it did, because we toured those guys back in 2011, and so like 9 years ago, and we just came out swinging. And I think I may have talked about this in a previous pod, but we came out really heavy and hard. And back then, it was in the Cheers era. So, we had some laid back reggae songs and stuff, but it was like more of the heavy kind of punk stuff, like songs like Everything and The Friend Zone. And it was like, we knew if we were going to rock out, we were going to put on a big show, like excitable show, that we had to come out swinging, right? Top 3 songs, just like hit them hard, But what we didn't realize was like, it was like too heavy for the Iration crowd, And it's like we had a lot of fans there too, but the overall vibe, people weren't there to like mosh and rip it up, And so we kind of shot ourselves in the foot there, I think. And it was like, I don't know, just trying to, it took a long time to learn from that, to learn like, okay, we need to like tailor the set better and really play to the crowd that we're in front of, especially when you get those opportunities, and I know I did talk about this before, but it might be good to hit it again. Like, we had this whole like punk rock attitude, like, nah, everybody can come. Like, everybody that's gonna be at the show, they know what they're gonna get. They've heard our songs, and like, I've always said that we're a rock band first. We're certainly not a reggae band, but I'm happy to be, lumped in with all those bands. We're heavy on the reggae fusion for sure. But we used to be like, no, we're gonna do, and it literally even up until like last year at One Love and Cali Roots 2019, it was like we had to come out, and why do we have to play Riddle with Bullets, which has like a post-metal hardcore breakdown in there. And one, because it felt novelty. It felt like, okay, we're gonna be the only band doing this, so we should definitely showcase it. We're the only band, I'm guessing, to do a post-hardcore metal breakdown at a reggae festival. So at least in recent years. So we did it, and you see the people like having a good time, and people enjoying it. Some people are just taking it in, but others, I think, it's like it's 11 in the morning. Cali Roots were playing. I think we played second that day, and it's a Sunday morning. Everybody just wants to like smoke some weed and like have some breakfast maybe, and like just watch a cool band. And we were like, "What's up?" And like Nick's screaming. It was, we had fun, but you when you do that, when you have that attitude, you sort of like you kind of sabotage yourself a little bit. And it all depends on how much you want to stick to your guns. Like I always say, stick to your guns, but how much do you want to stick to your guns? Uh, is it going to be detrimental to what you're trying to do? And we have these, if you go to our top 10 on Spotify, we have these songs that, most of the songs in there are like the chill stuff. And, we want to be able to sing along. They want to be able to have a good time and sing along. And if a lot of the songs are deep cuts and stuff they're not, as into, if you're going to play rock songs when you're at a reggae show, most people there to see reggae, right? So like, you know, they're not enjoying themselves as much. So, and we want people singing as many songs as possible in that, 45-minute set or whatever it is, especially if they hadn't heard us before, like seen us before, like they may have heard us, but they may not have been to a show. It's like, we want them to come back, So I'm hoping that, that this tour really opened it up for us. And I know like the Instagram was popping, like, people were following us every day, and I was getting DMs all the time, just like, oh my God, never heard of the band, or like, we'd never seen you before. We have you on playlist, but we've never seen you. Loved it. Coming to the next one, so it's good. Which was kind of an opposite reaction to what happened 9 years ago with Iration. So, and the same thing happened with Dirty Heads too. Like, we went out with Dirty Heads, after they blew up in 11, like I think a month later after the Iration tour. And we haven't toured with them since either. So it's like, maybe there's something there. Maybe they noticed it. Maybe they're like, oh, these guys are too heavy or whatever. But, we did the same shit. It was the same sets and like heavy songs, and it was a little weird. So I feel like we scared some people off, and, whatever. But this time around, we've just gotten better. We can still do a punk rock show, and but it's like there's a time and place in a way. We can do a reggae show. We can do a punk rock show. We can, we really mesh with a lot of different styles. So, coffee, so good. Y'all know this mug, that Ninja Turtles mug right there. You like that? I just got Injustice 2 and Mortal Kombat 11 on PS4. So like, I've been wanting to get them for a long time. I wanted to get Mortal Kombat 11 for a while, but I was like, I'm just gonna wait. I don't really ever have time to play anyway. So I was like, I'll just wait for when it's like cheap, not $60. And I was on the PlayStation Store, had some time. I decided, I'd been working. I got home from tour last week, and we're gonna get into this in a second. But I was home from tour last week, and I just was working from the minute I got home. Getting the kids up in the morning at 7 to get on the bus and all that, and just working all day and night. So Saturday, Sunday, I was like, I need some time off. I hadn't shut off yet, since the tour. And so I went on the PlayStation Store, and there it was for like $23 or $30, something like that. I was like, all right, that's a good price. I might get that. So I kept scrolling around, and I saw a bundle for Mortal Kombat 11 and Injustice 2. Normally $119, because it was like the premium editions of both of them with like all the characters and stuff. And and like included like the battle packs and stuff. And it was like $32. I was like, well, shit, there it is. There it is. When the universe speaks to you, right? When the universe speaks, pay attention, listen. So I was like, all right, fuck it. I'm gonna drop this $32, whatever it was. And I got it. And they've got Leonardo in Injustice, Leonardo the Ninja Turtle. So, and he's badass too, man. He looks so good. They look like from the original movies in the 90s. They look like that. He looks like that. And then you can like tag like Raphael and Michelangelo Donatello. They can come in and like tag up and like hit your opponent. And then there's a special move where they all come in and like do they say shell shock, and like all four of them back their shells, like slam their shells into the other guy. Oh, it's so fun. It's awesome. And then I kicked Draven's ass in Mortal Kombat, which was awesome. And he'd never seen Mortal Kombat before. And I was like, he's 9. I was about 9 or 10 when that shit came out. Something like that. And I was like, he's ready. He's ready for it. It's a little bloody, but he's ready. And we played, and I was whipping his ass. It was great. It felt good. He did beat me a couple times. I did kind of pull punches a little bit because I wanted to get used to controls and stuff. Man, but I put it down on him. He was like, whoa. He started getting mad. It was a nice little father-son moment. Um, so yeah, I got some video games. That was fun. Um, Caught up with Rome and Duddy and Micah Brown last night in Annapolis. They played at the Ram's Head stage on stage. Um, cool little venue. It's like tables and uh, it's more upscale feeling, you know. And Annapolis is a really nice area. And so I caught up with those guys, and it was a fun show. Like it was, what they told me was it reminded me like it was very much like a bar show. Like it wasn't super pro like the Dirty Heads show or the Sublime with Rome show. You know, that's got to be run like super pro to a T. And this felt very more loose and relaxed and kind of wild, you know, and a little rowdy at the same time. And they're just telling these great stories about the songs that, you know, they were playing and where they came from and how they came about. And everybody's cussing their asses off. It was great. It was a good little situation. And I was chilling with them on the bus later, and Rome said that he said, you know, you caught the most. He used the word elementary. He's like the most elementary of all the shows so far. Like usually it's a little more pro, and you know, and I was like, dude, I liked it though. Like I liked that looseness about it. I liked that it was raw, you know, and it was just fun to watch, and I could tell the crowd was having a great time. You know, I just kind of sat back in the corner, and they put me, by the way, Ram said, why do you have a table right here? Okay, so like I wish I would have taken a picture, but I didn't want to use any flash photography. They put me and Danielle at this table that had a pole, and it looked like the pole had a seat, and I was bothering the pole, right? I was bothering it. Like she was here, we're like far apart, and the table's like not even as, yeah, maybe as long as his desk, right? I don't even know what that would be, but 4 feet. And they put me at this fucking pole. I let her have the most room, you know. Of course, I'm the biggest one. And I'm just in the corner, and I got this pole right here. I like hugged it at one point, you know, just watch the show. Like it was right there. Like I couldn't go anywhere. And then this other couple came here, and then there was a table right here in front of me, and I was like, and then went to seat this other guy down. I was like, great, there's gonna be this person right here. There's no room. It's like my knees are basically under the table in front of me, you know, shoved into the chair. And I was wondering if they were gonna actually like seat somebody there. And I ended up like the guy they sat down was friends with the couple that sat on the other side of the table. So we switched with them and we made friends. It was fun. So it ended up working out. I got a decent seat. But like, yo, like do something. Like don't put a chair there. Ram said, come on. Anyway, the show was great. Everybody did a great job. I'd never seen Micah Brown do his acoustic thing. Dude shreds, man. I knew he was a shredder. Like I knew he was like really good at guitar. And he's got a great voice too. He's in falsettos and stuff. And he's like, he played like I think Little Wing by Jimi Hendrix, and then he's playing some blues song. He just starts going to this like he's like strumming like the E and the A, and then like but soloing at the same time. And I was just like, man, fuck off. But yeah, we caught up with them afterwards and hung out for a little bit, and just it was nice to say hi, and like I hadn't seen them in a while, and yeah, it seems like they're having the time of their lives out there, and they're really enjoying it. So I would definitely expect them to do another one. So make sure you grab tickets. Like it looks like it's selling really well. So thanks to Roman, Duddy, and Micah for having Danielle and I out last night. So I wanted to talk about a couple things. Tour lag, man. Tour lag. I wanted to call it road lag, but it seems like a sexual act or something. It seems like obscene, like I shouldn't say it. Road lag. Hey, bro. You ever had road lag? You know? So we're calling it tour lag. But yeah, so like tour lag is, you know, it's a very real thing. It's like, you know, similar to jet lag in a way. You know, you're not fucked up by the time zone change because you're obviously not moving as fast as a plane. But I wish we could go 500 miles an hour. in our van. But um, so like tour lag is like switching between, you know, uh, beast mode, I guess, and like dad mode, right? Dad life. Like tour life and dad life. They don't really mix like at all. And it's very one of my favorite bands. Got a lot of 311 fans in here. I wish we could have made the shows in Vegas, but it looks like it's gonna be killer, and I'm jealous that I'm not there. So everybody have a great time. Um, I'm gonna post that video again too today. I love. We made it like 3 or 4 years ago, but it's just fun. Just where Donald's head's on fire. It's a dumb little 311 day promo we made. Um, so yeah, so like when I'm on tour, it's just, I mean, it's in a way it's no different from when I'm at home. Like I just work constantly, right? But not so much on this stuff, as much as I would. I wish I could do the YouTube and the podcast a lot more. It's really hard to find like quiet spaces and, um, enough time and uh, and I'm really bad at vlogging. I realize I'm great when I can get to it. I love editing video. It's fun for me, but like I'm just really bad at pulling the camera out and just like talking to it in front of people. It's weird. Like at Panera Bread or something, like, oh, blah 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 blah. It's weird to me. But so I work like all the time, and I'm on the phone a lot because I'm just running Instagram and Facebook and Twitter, all the platforms, and TikTok. I gotta have a fucking TikTok now. Like I can't dance, and it's just hard. I don't know. You got to be really creative. Um, I'm just making excuses for myself. Um, so I'm doing that, and we're driving, and I drive a lot too. Um, so it's like when I drive in the morning, I'm usually the morning guy. Like I'll get up, like especially if it's like an early morning thing, like we got to be out of the hotel like 7 or 8. Everybody else goes to sleep. I usually drive. I get my coffee, hit the Pilot, Flying J, whatever. Loves, which plays the worst country music ever. Oh my God, get it together, Loves. So I'll get the coffee and I'll start driving, and then the whole time I'm driving, which could be anywhere from like 3 to 6 to 8 hours sometimes. The whole time I'm driving, I'm thinking about everything I need to be doing right now, everything I should be doing. Um, and then we park at the venue, and I jump in the bench in the back, and I just start going. I get the laptop out if I have to. I get on the phone, and I make all the posts for the day and do all that. And then it's time for sound check, and that takes anywhere from, depending if we're supporting or headlining, it depends, but 20 minutes to like an hour. Do that, and then it's like, all right, time to find food, and then it's like you want to chill out and unwind a little bit. We never really have anybody hanging out with us before the shows, because not even after the shows really anymore, but like it's just hard to like entertain, because like we're tired from driving, and it's a lot. So then it's like we do the show, and then if we're on tour with another band and we're singing on each other's songs, I gotta be ready for that. So like typically I don't get dressed until like 10 minutes before we go on stage, unless it's a winter tour, which most of the times I'll just get dressed what I'm gonna wear on stage from the hotel. Like I won't, like usually like we're like wearing joggers and like hoodies and shit and like just chilling to travel. But like when it's cold, man, I want to be wearing my clothes when it's like 30, 20 degrees outside. I don't want to go in the trailer and dig out cold clothes and like, big pussy. Um, so anyway, yeah, so we go do the show, and then we do the meet and greet at the merch table, and um, then it's like back to the van. Then we got to wait around for everything to get packed up, and then we get on the road and we drive. And sometimes it's 12 minutes to the hotel, or sometimes it's an hour or two to get down the road. Especially if we're in like a major city, we get out of the city because hotel prices are crazy, and theft, which our boys Trabadelic just got robbed again. I don't know again, but they got robbed. So shout out to those guys. We know the pain. It's the worst people in the world. steal shit. And especially when you're a band and you're, just trying to make a living and people steal all the important things. When someone steals a backpack, your entire life is in there. I have hard drives, and oh my God, if anybody stole my backpack, I'd lose my shit. So my heart goes out to those guys. It's a terrible thing, but I know that those guys are resilient, and they're gonna get back out there killing it. They just did some shows with 311. So yeah, we get outside the city, and sometimes we'll drive like 2 hours, and that'll put us at the hotel at like 2, 3 in the morning sometimes. And every now and then you gotta like get up at like 7, 8, 9 o'clock and get back out after you slept maybe 4 hours. And lately, the last couple of years we'll sleep in the van because we have it all decked out, all custom, and so we'll go to like a truck stop and just go to sleep for a few hours, and one of us will get up, usually me, 7 or 8, and drive more. If it's like a 10-hour drive. So like there's a lot that just goes into it, and you're sort of like conditioned. It never goes away. Like I'm never really tired the first couple of days. When we get new people, like new crew or whatever, like, or bring friends out for a day or two, like they're just sleeping right away, because they're not used to the grind. And when we go back out and do it after a few weeks or a month or something, it's like riding a bicycle. Just we're in the mode. So you kind of get in this mode where you're just like, I don't need sleep, even though you need sleep. And I know when I don't get sleep, my voice is awful the next day. So you got to try to get as much sleep, as much rest, as much sleep as possible. But it doesn't really happen as often as you'd like. So you get used to that. You get conditioned for it. And it's like you get home, and usually it's late. More often than not, we're getting home at 3, 4 in the morning, sometimes 5 in the morning from a tour. And, the kids get up at 7:30, man. And it's like, usually she lets me sleep in. Sometimes Halo just gets me out of bed. She's, come on, make me pancakes, Dad. I'm hungry, And I feel like the biggest piece of shit because, I need to get up with my kids and take care of them. So there's a balance, and I'm very thankful that Danielle is willing to let me do that after she's had the kids for a month and doesn't want anything to do with them anymore, But it takes like a week sometimes to really get reacclimated to dad life and domestication. I forget things. Like I forget the routine. Like there's certain things that are done in the morning, and like with my kids, it's like get them up. First thing I do, I pull out clothes for Draven. I get his whole outfit ready. I throw it on the bed. I'm like, hey dude, get up. There's your clothes. And I go get Halo, and she's like, last couple of days she's been just watching the iPad in the morning. I'm like, girl, get up. we got to go down and eat, So I'll make them breakfast, throw them their vitamins, and I'll forget the vitamins, like the first week. And then Danielle yells at me. So like after a few days of yelling at me, I remember, and every day I start getting the vitamins. And then I forgot to make lunches. You making lunches? Ah, fuck. No, I'm not making lunches. I guess I'll make lunches. It's all these things that like, these little details that you forget about, and they're important, And it's like the road and home life doesn't care how tired you are. It doesn't care, about you. And it's gonna happen whether you like it or not, and you just have to deal with it. And it's just like this, like I'll get like so tired, and I'll realize like I said last week on Friday night, Saturday morning, I realized I was like, and I'm like working on other band stuff. I got a band, Audic Empire, mixing their album right now. And it's been something that's been in the works for a couple months, so I wanted to finish it for them. And then Saturday, I just hit a wall. I was like, man, I've been working all week, on, the music stuff on top of the kids, and the family stuff. I've just been going at it since I got home from tour, which is a whole other thing. And I need a break. I need to chill. And like I love doing this stuff. You guys know that about me already, but um it took so long to build and now I'm here. It's like I can't take it for granted. But just like anything else, you need to take rest and like clear your head. That's why I play video games on Saturday for like hours. I haven't done that. I never do that, you know. Resident Evil 3 remake is coming out though next month, so we'll see how the music fares against the video games next month. But yeah, I never do that. So it was just the way, like, I love playing video games. So like, it really clears my head and I wrap my brain around something else. Like, I'm trying to find out solutions for, you know, how to get in this door or whatever, or how to beat this boss. Um, and it's just a different thing. And it's just, there's no pressure. And, you know, it's nice to be able to take a minute or a few hours or a day or two even and just chill. So I took the weekend. It's Saturday, Sunday, and I got back to it Monday morning. You know, and I've got that record pretty much done. So, Audic Empire, hit me up. I need notes. Let me know. By the way, yeah, Brittany, there's definitely not enough hours in the day. That's for sure. Over here in the YouTube chat, not enough hours in the day. But see, that's where I've thought the same thing, and that's why those people get up at 4:30 in the morning, like the fitness people, and 4:30 in the morning or even 5 in the morning is the best time. Everyone's asleep. It's quiet, it's dark. You know, I did that 2 days in a row. Holiday 18. Yeah, November 2018. I had to get some things done and it was right around Thanksgiving, and I was like, I'm getting my ass up. I got up at like 4:30, 5 o'clock, 2 days in a row. And I was fasting. I was intermittent fasting for like a month, and it was great. Um, and I I got my coffee, and I came down here, and it was just quiet and dark, and like everyone's asleep. And I had like 2 hours before the kids were gonna start stirring, you know. And I got so much shit done. I think I was editing a podcast or something, or editing a video. I was doing something, and it just felt like, you know. And then I went, you know, in, you know, probably till like 11 o'clock that night, or maybe even midnight. It was just like great, you know. You get more hours that way when you know, when you have 2 solid hours to do stuff rather than like 4 hours of being interrupted every 20 minutes because somebody needs something, you know. So I highly suggest it if you can do it. It's definitely like not easy, especially like I was reading this book called Sleep, by I think his name is Nick Littlehales. Um, Very interesting book. He was talking about how he sleep is, think of sleep in terms of not so much as in hours, but as in cycles, because we cycle through. You know, there's like the light sleep down to the REM, and then back up. He calls it the staircase. So like you want to get down to the staircase as soon as you can and hit that deep sleep, and then uh, you naturally cycle back up. And this is roughly like every 90 minutes or so. This whole cycle, a complete cycle. So uh, 4 cycles, I believe, is like ideal, which is like 6 hours. Um, and that's what I can realize. Like, so like 6 hours is really all I need. If you can go, you know, when you're in that light sleep, you can still be disturbed and woken up, right? But once you get into deep sleep, and the sooner you get there, the better. Um, and things like going to the bathroom before you go to sleep, not drinking water like 90 minutes before bed, or not eating 90 minutes before bed. Um, because if you do that, you're getting up to pee. You're If you ate some food, like everything's being processed, and like your body's like disturbed, and your body hates you, because it's supposed to be the reset button. Like overnight, you're supposed to reset, and like your temperature is supposed to cool down, and you get that melatonin, and that, which is like we make that ourselves. It's a natural process, and what it does, it tricks your brain into keeping you awake. It thinks that, oh, wait, we're supposed to be up still? Like, what's going on? And that's what keeps you awake. Look up stuff about circadian rhythm. I'll say it again. Circadian rhythm starts with a C. Circadian rhythm. That shit is wild because of evolution. We are circadian rhythm species, right? We're based on a 24-hour cycle because of evolution, and when it's light, we're supposed to be awake, and when it's dark, we're supposed to be asleep, and our bodies know that. And when you go too late, you're fighting the natural process, um, and that's what messes up your sleep. And that's what he's saying is like that when you think about it in terms of cycles, if you can get 4 cycles, he said 3 cycles is like is pushing it, but 4 cycles is a good amount. Like how like look up how like the 8 hours is like not like a real thing. Like it's not exactly true. Some people need it, some people don't. We're not a one size fits all type of species either, you know. And do your own research. By the way, BTW. Okay, hashtag. I don't not the guy, but like from what I read, I was like, man, this is very interesting. Yeah, Laura, your body hates you. Like your body's like when you eat food at like 11 o'clock or midnight and then you go to bed, your body's like, fuck, man. Like we just had this. That we were clear. Like we were good to go. Everything was happening. We were gonna have a great night's sleep, and like you don't realize it. Like there's a lot of things that you don't realize when you're asleep at night. Apparently, you wake up more than you think you do, and that's why you feel groggy and shitty in the mornings because you kept waking up. You didn't realize it, but um, and when your body is nice and like cleaned out, and you're not, you don't have to go pee and like all this, it can do its natural process and hit that reset button, and you're supposed to wake up feeling way better. So check out this book. It's called Sleep by Nick Littlehales. Very interesting. Um, and circadian rhythm. Look that up. Very important. Very important. Women need more sleep. I don't know. He's saying like the where there's AMers and there's PMers, and I think he said most of us are PMers, and so there is that distinction, but I think if you get that amount of sleep, look if you consider in terms of cycles, just look it up. I don't know, whatever. Again, I'm not the guy. Just like this is what I read. It was very interesting. It was cool, and I tried it, and and power naps, power naps do actually work. If as long as you don't sleep like more than like 30 minutes. Like you said, a good 30 minute power nap actually is good. That's why like some jobs now, like they let you like take a nap at like 2:30. You know that 2:30 feeling? Like if you can get a little power nap in, you get re-energized. It's a very real thing, and you feel better and you get more work done. Like productivity increases. That half hour that the company lets you go actually is better for them in the long run because your productivity is better. So look all this shit up. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a scientist. Um, so yeah, getting used to dad life again, coming off tour is ridiculous and hard. And I saw a post on my homie Brandon from Bumpin' Uglies. Him and his wife were talking about it, and it made me think to do a podcast about it. It's like yeah, that's a very real thing, and everybody needs rest, and it's just so important. Uh, but yeah, so if you're an artist out there and you're touring and you're a parent, you got people that depend on you. You're not alone. Um, the other thing I wanted to talk about was uh, the oh, okay. So right now we're switching distributors um, with our music, and it's a weird process. What that means is, so like all the music that you guys listen to on Spotify and Apple Music, iTunes, Amazon, wherever you listen to music, um, there's a platform that gets you on those platforms. It's called a distributor, and back in the day it was so like think of like your iPod or your phone or whatever. Do they have iPods anymore? as the record store, right? In a way. No, I'm sorry, not your phone. Your phone's like the CD player, right? The 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 record store is like Spotify or Apple Music, right? And the distributor is a warehouse somewhere with tons of albums on shelves, right? And then they put those albums on trucks and they drive them across the country to those record stores, right? So think of like companies like Ingrooves and DistroKid and CD Baby and TuneCore, just to name a few, because there's a bunch now. Um, those are the warehouses, right, that you get your music to, and you get put all the information in. You have to uh, upload the cover art, the track list, the liner notes, ISRC codes, which are super important. I'm gonna go into that in a minute because I had a fucking scare this morning. Um, it's an anxious process. Trust me. Like I've been full of anxiety for like weeks about this. So, uh, and then that's the warehouse, right? And then the trucks that deliver the music to the record store. Well, those trucks are now clouds, I guess, uh, server farms. Um, the music basically goes into the cloud and gets delivered that way to the record store, which is Spotify, Apple Music, all that, right? And then that's where you go to get your music and you play it on the phone, which is the CD player. So that was ridiculous. I hope it made sense. But so anyway, the distributor, we changed distributors. And we'd been working with Ingrooves for years. We started Right Coast Records in 2013 after a Law Records deal with the Pepper guys with Daydreams. And we decided, you know what, I think we can do this on our own. We learned a lot, and we wanted to own our music from that point on, which we had owned everything before that, but except for the Cheers album, which was on Surf Dog, which is a fucking nightmare. We recently got that back, and it's all good. But so the Daydreams deal was great. It was great. Law Records, all great people. It was a wonderful situation, and we're still working that record with them. But everything else after that, starting with Pineapple Grenade, and actually the first release after we formed Right Coast Records was Marijuana Laws, the single. It came out March 1st, 2013, and it was like kind of like the single in between, in between the record cycle. And now that I think about it, I should have added that to Pineapple Grenade. Why didn't I do that? Anyway, someone posted a video. My buddy Trey posted a video, I think yesterday or the day before, from 2013, where we're playing at Record Theater in Towson. If anybody remembers that, hit me in the comments. And we're playing Marijuana Laws, and the whole place, like 800 people, sold out singing that song, and it sounded rad. I was like, man, we should play that again. So, so that was the first release, and then we did Pineapple Grenade. And what we had wanted was, we were like, okay, I think we can do this. We're going to try it. So we formed Right Coast Records, and we formed it with Ingrooves as our distributor. And so the music's been coming out via Ingrooves this whole time. And then with the Girls record, we had actually worked out a deal with them for label services, and they gave us money to make the record, which was great because like we were basically our own label, our own production company, and we had like the executive producer, like our distributor was also our executive producer. That's a good thing about Ingrooves, is that you can have label services, and it's not. It's a good thing when they really want to get behind you, and they have some relationships. They have people that are dedicated to certain jobs that we may not know about or may not have extensive knowledge on. So like having that was great. And so we did the God, that was so loud. We did the release, the girls' release with them, and everything was awesome. We had, like I said, we had this money, and they recouped really fast. And recoup means like they get their money back, like whatever they spend on us, they get it back in the sales. And it's a nice way of like putting the money up front so we can just do what we got to do, and then we pay them back later. And so they recouped pretty quickly because the record did really well. We sold like almost 4,000 copies in the first week, which was huge for us. You know, uh, it being an independent band in a time where streaming was becoming the norm. You know, this is 2013, so people were still buying CDs and buying iTunes downloads, but streaming was really starting to take off. And so to sell like, I think it was like 3,800 copies in the first week, we were just like stoked. And we hit #1 at iTunes Alternative. And it was just a great rollout, the best rollout we've ever had. We had all this content with these beautiful models. We did video content for each song, all 12 songs on the record. And every week for 3 months, we released basically 12 weeks, 12 songs. You know, every week we dedicated that week to one song on the record. And it was just such a nice rollout. It was great. And Ingers took over our YouTube as well, as far as handling the money and sort of the ads and things like that. And it was just great, you know, and it's still one of our biggest records. That and Daydreams, I'd say. And then so a couple years go by, and you know, we ended up, I mean, what was it, like a year and a half later, we put out Detonate. And we'd put out some singles as well. And I started feeling like, all right, you know, and they're taking, it was like 20% maybe, something like that for distribution, maybe 25. And all the people we were working with were great. You know, it was a good situation. Everybody was super nice and knowledgeable, and, you know, but I started feeling like they maybe weren't paying as much attention to us, and we didn't have like the deal with like we did with girls, so maybe it was like less incentive or something. But I just felt kind of like, all right, well, you know, we're gonna put this record out. We did 6 weeks of promo for Detonate, and I was in a weird headspace back then. Like a lot of you know that my dad died, and that's where a lot of those songs came from, and it was like a punk rock album, and you know, it was a little different. You know, it's still what we do, but it was more heavy on the rock shit. And we did 6 weeks of our own promo, and I don't remember getting a lot of help from them on that one. And you know, no pitching to Spotify and things like that. And having a person with relationships to pitch to Spotify for playlist stuff is very important. And we got a few ads from the girls record, and then actually we had a couple songs from Detonate added right around release, like the release week, I think. So that was great. And I don't know if that was something Ingers did, or if the people at Spotify just knew us. But then it's just the last couple of years, it's just felt kind of like we're not as much of a priority. So, and I'm like, okay, well, if I'm gonna pay a service to you know 20% or whatever, like I want to see some things getting done. And I thought, you know, I signed up with DistroKid. I was in one of those moods again where I was like, I just want to do something different. So I did my own thing. I did the Howi Spangler, the Force of Habit EP right here. And I signed up with DistroKid, and I put it out by myself, and DistroKid is, you know, 100% to the artist. And I got #1 at iTunes Reggae, right? And I didn't get any playlisting or anything from Spotify, but I hit #1, and that was with like but it started making me think like, like, you know, I could move all this whole catalog over to DistroKid and take back that, that percentage and put it back into the business, Um, no one's getting rich around here, but the band has done really well the last couple of years, and it's helped us upgrade, like get new gear and things like that. We always put the money back into the business. But think about what I could do with that extra 20% or whatever. We could stash it and get ready for promo for the next record. Because, which leads me to when you do a distro deal, you have to think about ads and all that stuff. Or I'm not a distro deal. When you make a record, you have to think about ads, like your marketing strategy. And labels will sign you and they'll put the money into the ads and stuff. But, it's like, I like to be in control. I like to know where the money's going. And all of that shit is recoupable, right? Meaning they can take it back and get that money back. I gotta drink this. It's like cold down here. This shit gets cold really fast. And so I'm like, what if we had that extra money and just used it to market the next record, So like we did Fighter. Fighter was the first release through DistroKid. And we were able to take like a little extra money and put it on there. And, me talking to you guys and stuff, it's at 101K right now, which is amazing, by the way. Thank you so much. We hit 52,000 streams in the first week of release last month. And I was blown away because we'd never hit that before. And now here we are just under a month and we're at 101,000. Like thank you so much for your support. It means a lot to me. It means a lot to the band. But it's another milestone. And I'm thinking like we did that completely DIY. That release, if you look at all 4 songs, Fighter, Dark Sunglasses, California King, and Renegade, we recorded those ourselves. I worked on all that shit right here. We did the drums at Donald's house in his basement. Nick did his bass guitar in Florida at his parents' house. Scott did his key stuff at his house. And they sent me all the files. And I just mixed it and mastered it right here. And then put it on DistroKid, where we're going to get 100% of the royalties. It was just a no-brainer, man. It was like, unless, when we work with someone, unless they're really pulling their weight and they're making a difference to earn that percentage, like, I don't need you. Like, I'm going to cut you out, And it's, I think we hit number 2 at iTunes Reggae. I think Josh Heinrichs put a record out that week. So, like, we would have been number 1, He was probably promoting that for a while. We would have been number 1 again. And it's just like, here we are, over 100K with Fighter. It's like, it was easy. It was an easy decision. And, yeah, nothing against Ingrews. It was great to work with Ingrews, and we had like a solid deal with them for the girls stuff. And, maybe it would have been different if we'd worked it out for the stuff after that. But it just felt like, okay, in a world where all this stuff is right here at our fingertips and all you really need is knowledge, you can do this yourself. And so it's like, I just feel like we're fully DIY now. We had the major distribution service. But now we moved over to DistroKid and it's 100%. It's like, man. So, yeah, no brainer. Now, let me tell you about the effing nightmare that I had. That I'm currently in, actually. I'm currently in a nightmare that I can't wake up from. I'm going to go over here to this, my trusty screen. Okay. I want to show you guys this. Like, let me see if there's a way to do this real quick. If I go over here, oh, there's my screen. Look at that, I'm recording. That's nice. Where's the display? Oh, can I maybe? Oh, maybe I can put this here. Let me try this. Let me see if this goes over here. All right, can you guys see that? Maybe not. Oh wait, do I gotta go? Maybe it's like this. Okay, can you? Yeah, you can see that, right? All right, well, I gotta get this out of the way. Okay, so check this out. Let me make sure. Okay. All right. Nope. Back here. Nope. Hold on. Okay. Y'all said that I made 25 bucks off YouTube last month. Okay, so right here, I'm hoping you guys can see this. Here's a dashboard, right? For a distro kit, and I've got all our releases here, and these yellow ones. This right here is what just kills me. It's destroying me. Look at this Bumpin' Uglies record, because we signed those guys a few years back. If you're not seeing certain releases, it's because of these yellow dots. And if you are still seeing some of these, it's because InGrooves hasn't taken them down yet, which is great. Thank you. But there's definitely some things that are missing. Like Halo, the EP, just got there last night. It wasn't in the store yesterday. It wasn't on Spotify yesterday. But last night I got an email that said it was now available. This is right here. This album was successfully processed and delivered to stores. But before, if you go over to, like, let's say a yellow one here. No. Of course, now it's all changed, right? Okay, well, the other ones, yeah, it must have changed this morning, so they're in the process of showing up. But like it said, something like this album is being processed and will be sent to stores today or shortly or something like that. So this yellow dot means that not all the stores have it. And if I go over to, wait, hold on. I'll go over to my Spotify here. Ballyhoo. Okay, yeah. So like this morning, I was looking on our Spotify for Artists page, right? And so yesterday, Blaze This Weed was not there. It wasn't on Spotify. And I was freaking out. I was like, man, this has to be. And I knew I was expecting this. I was definitely expecting. I knew that there was going to be some lag and some things were going to not show up right away. And it's not going to be the cleanest transition. But most of the stuff's back. But right here, so this is just in the last month, right? 164,000 streams. But this morning, it said minus 1,000, like less than 1,000, meaning all the numbers had been reset for Blaze This Weed and Mixtape and pretty much every song on Girls, right? There was like no data, and then I went on the Spotify page and it said less than 1,000, and I was just like, oh my god, I like my heart sank into my chest because if you look, here we go, since 2015, Mixtape has almost 8 million streams, and Blaze just hit 5 million. It's like all those numbers would have been gone, all that work, all those years of streams just gone. And then I refreshed after like an hour and it showed up and I was like, okay, everything's back to normal. Man, it was like super frustrating. So yeah, if we go in here, I've just got all the releases. And so everything with a yellow dot, if you're not seeing it in your platform, it should be there the next day or so, I would imagine. And because now, like I said, all these have changed to this single was successfully processed and delivered to stores. And you've got like all the stores right here. Spotify, Apple, iTunes, TikTok, Instagram. You can use it on Instagram and Facebook, pull in some tunes for your videos. ISRC codes right here. This is what I was forever. And you never ever want to use a different one unless you have a different version. Like let's say we do like an acoustic version of Mixtape or something, which I do want to do that. The acoustic version would have a different ISRC code than this. For example, so like Cali Girl, okay? Cali Girl right here from Do It For The Money, TCAAX, whatever, 583, okay? But then if you go to Cali Girl on the cooldown, which is not, fuck, oh, there it is, okay. I was about to lose my mind. Right here, yeah, see? Totally different number. And what that does is it's a distinction to let you know it's a different version. You don't see that on the front end. This is all on the back end. But what that does is it keeps track of the streams. So it won't take these streams and put them together with these streams. Okay, so we've got over 2.25 million here for Cali Girl from Do It For The Money, whereas I'll have to. Oops, I can't type. All right. Yeah, it's 291,000. So those are separate. Otherwise, if I use the same number, these would be conjoined. Conjoined? It's weird. These would be joined together, and we wouldn't have the numbers, So why I was going to lose my mind this morning was because I used the same numbers, right? I have a whole spreadsheet of like all the ISRC numbers. When you go to upload to your distributor, especially if you're changing and you want to retain those numbers, you got to use the same ISRC code that you used before. So when I saw that less than 1,000 right there on a few of those songs, I got sick to my stomach. And I knew that I put in the correct ISRC codes, and I thought, oh man, maybe this transition just messed it all up, But yeah, so maybe it looks like you guys haven't been able to see this the whole time. Anyway, so yeah, so that is the joy of my life, and that is what I have to deal with. I have to, constantly worry about this shit, and once it's in, it's fine. But when I have to do these big moves, it can really like cause a problem, and give me an ulcer. But yeah, so thanks for watching this. I appreciate it. Thanks for listening to the pod. If anybody has questions, if there's something I should be talking about, please let me know in the comments. Subscribe and like and all that fun stuff. And if you're on the YouTube channel right now watching, hit the subscribe button, ring the bell. That'll let you know when I go live and when I put a new video up. Let's go over here to the chat window and see what's going on. Monica, what's up? Craig, what's up? Brittany, what's up? Colin, Jackie, Max. Yeah, DistroKid is rad. It's got everything that InGroove's had. You can see all your sales. It breaks it down like to the like it's a fraction of a penny is what we get, but like it breaks it all down. It's really nice. Eli, what up? Monica, yes, Reggae Rise Up's gonna be sick. We're gonna be there next Friday. It's gonna be awesome. That is if they don't cancel the shit, because all these people are canceling for coronavirus. Like Pearl Jam just canceled, but you know what? It's Florida. They don't care. Everything's gonna stay on. That's what I think. Daniel, what's up, man? Thank you. I appreciate that. Oh, by the way, I've got they're kind of packed away right now, but I've got the new shirt. You know what? Hold up. I gotta show you this. This is dope. I got the new shirt, and I knew I should have dug this out earlier. Of course, it's got tape all over it. Making noise, making noise. This is what I didn't sell. I have stock left over from the tour that I did, the acoustic thing back in January. So, if you'd like to get one, I'm going to be selling them on the page. I'll probably go to the website today and update the inventory, and I'll start selling them. And I've got more CDs as well. I have that other pack of CDs that I got before the tour. So I'll go live again. I'll be signing them, and If you guys want one, go to the website and check it out. So what else we got going on over here? Yep, Colin's coming out. He's gonna do merch for us, guys. He's gonna do merch for us this weekend. Oh wait, I'm sorry, next week. That's right. Yeah, that's right. Florida. That's right. I get confused at who's working with us. It's like a revolving door around here. What transfer did you do to make this that made this happen? Nikki, what do you mean? What do you mean? Let's see. I think that's it. Are you guys I guess stoked on like the new tunes? Like I've got this new shit that I started working on yesterday. Very excited to get back to it. Pumped. I do have stickers. I've got I have yeah, I'll put this on the website as well. Hold on, I get out my bag. Got a bunch of shit in here. Foliage, ASMR. Here we go. So yeah, I got stickers as well. So I'll throw those on the website too, if you guys are interested. Oh, okay. You said I said I'd transfer the music. Okay, so what I mean is like, okay, and this took like 8 hours. I was on the road, and I spent like 8 hours like getting. I had to go find. I brought all of my hard drives on tour, old hard drives, like this old thing right here, like just. And I had to go find all the music that we've ever put out, and I got it all organized, like in folders, each record, the year it came out, all that stuff, everything. And basically what you have to do is, I wish it was as simple as saying, hey, distributor A, I need you to take everything and move it to distributor B overnight, right? No, it doesn't happen that way. Unless you're like, maybe you're like in a big band, maybe it happens that way. But us independent guys, you know, got to do a DIY. So, yeah, basically, I had to start uploading last Monday and Tuesday by myself. I had to go and upload each record, every single, all the art. I had to go through, put in all the titles, all the ISRC codes. It took me like 7 or 8 hours. And it took, I mean, actually it probably took longer than that because the data, you know, we're on the road, so data's on and off. It just took forever to upload. So yeah, that's what you do. You go to DistroKid and you just go upload music, you know. And if you guys want, you should see it in the description of this video. If you're looking to get your music out there, you can go to click the link, the DistroKid link, and you get like 7% off on sign up, and it's only like $30, $32. And it's like unlimited releases too, which is rad. The new Ballyhoo song is it's dope. It's like, it's just cool, like reggae riff. I don't know. I wish I could explain it better. I don't have it pulled up right now, but I'm gonna do another like hangout sesh, maybe production video. So I got a few things I need to catch up on. So I'll be doing more videos. Daniel, 100% need to roll through California again. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Working on that. Working on that right now. We should have some stuff announced very soon. We're working on the lineup and figuring out all the dates and all the routing right now. So stay tuned. It's gonna be fun. All right. Well, I'm gonna get to work. I got a bunch of stuff to do. We're gonna do some wedding stuff. I gotta go check out the place we're gonna stay, the little honeymoon suite that like they redid and like made a bed and breakfast and things like that. And it's really cool area. So I'm gonna stay at one of those. Well, thanks everybody so much for tuning in. This is Tales from the Green Room, episode 104. I am Howie Spangler. Y'all have a wonderful day, and I'll see you on the socials. Hit me in the DM, subscribe, Howie Spangler, all that fun stuff. See you guys later.